Have you had your gallbladder removed but still experiencing the issues that you had before it was removed? So we know that when we get gallstones within the gallbladder, that oftentimes the treatment is to remove the gallbladder completely. And that's important, obviously, because if the gallbladder is full of stones, then bile isn't moving through, we struggle to digest our food, but it can also cause issues with the liver and the health of the liver. So oftentimes we'll remove the gallbladder to enable that to not be a problem. But unfortunately, the reason why you end up with gallstones is because bile, which is produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder, can actually become sludgy and then form stones if it's not moving through the gallbladder effectively. So if you've got high cholesterol, if you're menopausal, if you've got a thyroid condition, then that can increase the risk of sludgy bile. And when the bile isn't moving out of the gallbladder frequently enough, it can then combine with calcium within the gallbladder and create gallstones. So when you've had your gallbladder removed, you've got rid of the stones, you've got rid of the blockage within the liver and the gallbladder, but what you haven't done is you haven't resolved the sludge, and that sludge can continue to cause a problem. But what happens now is that it's more likely for that sludge to enter the stomach and cause problems. So a lot of people find that if they were having reflux, for example, as a result of the gallstones, that actually the reflux gets much worse. And often people get disheartened by this because the whole purpose of having their gallbladder removed was to improve their symptoms. Well, the good news is that we can do something for that. We can help to minimize that sludge. And one of the things that I often recommend to minimize that is the use of a supplement called lecithin. So you can get sunflower lecithin or you can get soy lecithin. And the idea is to start with a really low amount. So I usually recommend starting with the powder, because the powder is essentially just a food, not a supplement. And start with about a 1/4 teaspoon a day. And you can increase that every 4 or 5 days by a further 1/4 teaspoon until you get to about a teaspoonful. And at that point, it should be having an impact on moving your bile through. If you've done that and you're still struggling, then please do feel free to reach out to one of my practitioners at Digestion with Confidence, and they can help you with that process. But I have got other videos where I'll be talking about it in a little bit more detail. So do make sure that you like and subscribe and check out those videos too.